Oh, hello! I didn't see you there. Welcome to D6. You sick son of a bitch. Welcome back to D6, everyone, where I Archie deal with children.
At least it's not a fart sound this time.
That's true. This time. Next time it will
But you'll never know.
It'll sound like somebody's pissing at such a high PSI. So welcome to D6, where I bring together several friends from across the internet to play on a D&D live stream show.
More like high PIS.
Stop doing that when I'm drinking.
This is such a moving train. So before we get on into tonight's episode, some relatively quick announcements. First and foremost, if you guys have watched the last episode at this point, you may have realized I had said that I made an oopsie. The oopsie has finally been corrected. This is mainly because I've been very busy since I got back from Arizona, but all of our podcast episodes are fully uploaded. Our VODs are fully uploaded. So if you want to go ahead and go check them out, then by all means, there is a bunch of links down below here on the stream, as well as the VOD, as well as the link tree in our bio for Twitter, in case you follow us there. So if you guys want to go ahead, check out any of that stuff, please do by all means. It really helps us out. Second announcement is we are once again down a Daito. As I had announced last week, Daito had caught the COVID, and unfortunately his health was mildly improving throughout the week, but it went back down. So I will be slightly in charge of Bora today, and hopes that there will be some minor improvements by next week, or major improvements by next week. So once again, some love to my friend who is currently going through a relatively tough time. Alright, next up, our wonderful sponsors over at Gamersubs. Wonderful friends there. Yeah, they sent me a new cup.
New cup?
Yeah, new cup. Goth.
Ew, I'm gonna steal that from you.
Yeah. big titty goth girlfriend cup. I kind of like this one, just simply because it looks pretty rad.
Actually, it's pretty cute.
It looks really cool.
Yeah.
It looks better than my delinquent one.
But yeah, if you guys are interested in getting yourself some waifu cups, or hell, even some Gamersubs as well, then by all means go ahead and follow our link, which is gamersubs.gg/yenpai, and also you'll get 10% off your order, and I get a kickback, which helps out all my projects and this channel, and also the main channel. So if you guys are interested, by all means. Okay. Are you all ready?
No.
Are you ready for the tears?
I don't know, I guess so.
I'm sure the
Alright.
dogs are ready to bark at the most inopportune time.
Oh, woof.
Alright, well then. That being said, even though it's first thing in the morning, let's get on into tonight's episode of D6.
I could have fart reverbed there, but I didn't. For you.
Don't! I said no. Please.
People with soundboards, man, they have so much power.
Alright. Before this game gets real off the rails. So, where we had last left off. As our adventurers return home after a very, very long couple of weeks out and dealing with the death of a friend, as well as being involved in the release of a eldritch individual known as Igwelf the Witch Queen. In your efforts, after what is a devastating loss, you guys returning home to the Adamantine Bastion, receiving some reparation for what had been. You've been informed to take slight administrative leave for the next month in order to wait for your next few cases to come through with Alois, and also subsequently spend time amongst yourselves to hopefully find ideas or research and improve. Alois would then return with the next 3 possible cases for you guys to choose from. 1 to look for Saviden the Lich, another to investigate Samael, and the last is an individual within the Tharum Scholars in Kilixmire, in hopes that he hasn't been leaking any information coming from Alois's side. If he was, there is a possibility of his elimination. Leodon questioning if whether or not they will have a 4th member joining their party. It is revealed that Burra has returned from the dead. And that is where we had last left off. So, as all of you stand within Harlene's office, you see, as Burra stands there, almost not ghost-like, but you can tell it's kind of stiffening to not see your friends in such a long while.
Can Dante use what the hell is it called? Divine Sense.
Sure.
Okay.
What is it that you are... what is it that it pings off again?
It pings off... Let me see. It can detect good and evil.
Mm-hmm.
And then it says it can affect... It can sense anything affected by a hollow spell. And it can detect the location of celestial, fiend, and undead within 60 feet.
So, good and evil, hallowed spell, undead, fiends. Is that correct?
Yeah. Yeah, undead, fiends, and celestial.
Okay.
So, Citra's still next to you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's an obvious ping. Are you sure that Celestial is not on there as well?
It says celestial.
No, it says Celestial.
Yeah, it says location of any celestial, fiend, and undead within 60 feet.
Okay. I need to double check the hollow spell real quick. G. Okay, so the Hallow spell is not pinging off. The Undead is definitely pinging off. However, Celestial is also pinging off of him as well.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Citra's
Dante-
just kind of staring in shock right now. Like,
Dante also is going to be staring in shock. But he's gonna be drawing his bow.
And Citra puts her hand on that, like, no.
What the fuck is this?
And as he's stepping towards you guys, yeah, it's a bit weird for me too. Not exactly my intention, but I'm back, and I made a deal with the Raven Queen.
Uh-huh.
All right, answer me 3 questions.
Sure.
How much money do I owe you for flirting with Igwealth?
What was it? I think it was 100 gold?
It is 20 gold.
Yeah.
Okay. So, 20 gold.
All right, second question. What's the name of your brother?
Ria.
All right. What's the last thing I said to you?
I don't pay attention to that.
Oh, you son of a
I
bitch.
let you guys do that amongst yourselves. I don't keep notes on that.
Go a little
Okay.
easier on Aaron.
Okay. Okay, I'll give you a hint. It was literally just his name.
Okay. Yeah.
Dante's gonna take off running right into bruh.
No, Citra's gonna follow immediately. Those two are definitely tackling him.
Yeah. As both of you, like, it's the obvious, like, Burra, like, stance of somebody physically touching him. However, as you both touch him, you notice his body is extremely cold. And the skin is... It's not soft. It's very wax-like. It feels like the texture of wax.
Oh. Bruh. Bud, what happened? I watched you disintegrate.
Like I said, I made a deal. But I am back for the time being. And we are gonna be hunting down some motherfuckers, right?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, we're gonna be hunting down some people. Oh, wait. Dante's gonna reach into his pouch. And he's gonna pull out 20 gold.
As he takes it, sweet. Keep that.
So this isn't permanent.
No.
Wait. What do you
No.
mean it's not permanent? Wait, would Dante know what it means to make a deal with the Raven Queen?
Make
I think
a history check.
Alright.
Is it history or is it religion?
Technically, it's history.
Okay.
I got a
Okay.
12.
I'm relatively sure somewhere in any old text within Sihanin or even with recent history, something like this may have popped up. It had something to do with the Dust Lake family at some point, but it kind of escapes you at this point.
Wait, what do you mean this isn't permanent?
Well, I've been given temporary chances. And also, once Igwalva's gone, I'll be taking a very permanent leave of absence.
Oh. Dante's gonna keep his hands, like, on Bruh's shoulders, but, like, looking down to the floor.
As you do, he's like, hey! You all upset. I'm here now. As long as I am here now, you know, I get to kill some shit.
You do get to kill some shit. Alright, I guess this time will be seen as precious.
Yeah.
I mean, generally, you only get one life. You should already deem it precious.
Yeah, but you know how you, like, kind of take it for
I'm sorry I let
granted?
this happen to you.
He's looking at you, and he's not sad or disappointed. He's just a little happy that you're okay. I'm glad you're okay, Leo. And Harleen, as she's staring at all of you, as I recognize that this is a very touching reunion, there still stands the point that I need your decisions on what case you'll be taking next.
Right. It's funny, we usually don't get a choice. It's usually, here's this one black file. Do what you gotta do.
Eloise responds to this. There are multiple reasons why I am giving the choice here. Because whatever choices you don't make, or whatever cases you don't take, I'll be leaving them up to me.
Oh, so we're basically just lightening the load for you.
I had a feeling that's what we always were doing.
Kind of.
More hands make for quick work.
Well, you heard what I said about earlier. About that first one, anyway.
The director towards Eloise?
Both Eloise, but also Leo, because she immediately told Leo about it.
Yeah.
Without going into too much detail, because some of that detail, she's not ready to tell Harleen yet, so.
Yeah.
Alright. Well, I'm gonna follow Citra on this one.
You're sure? Because the other one is your brother.
You know what? I think it's too sensitive right now.
Okay.
Well, I guess I have to follow suit. Outvoted again.
Sorry. Insert Citra's anxiety.
And as Alois goes over and he picks up the other two files. Well then, I guess I have a lot of work ahead of me. But I do appreciate the notion that at least one of you gets to see your home country again.
Yeah, that should bring happy feelings. Not gonna lie, partially mortified.
I understand that the complicated nature as well as its current political standing is quite uneasy.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Which is why, by certain requests, I would ask that Harleen set up all of you to be foreign dignitaries until further discussion is made.
Foreign dignitaries?
She kind of shrugs to the side. You'll be acting under the behest of the EHS, as well as the Adamantine Bastion.
Ah.
This is strictly incensed to keep more of the political eyes away from us, and as well as keep you all out of very particular kinds of trouble.
Yeah.
Also, this will give you at least some foot in the door with at least the Sultanate, should he so desire to speak with you.
Well, I
So
think
we'll
we
be
already
representing
kind
the
of- Continue, sorry.
We'll be representing the EHS in an official capacity then.
Considering that our relationship with Acelcium has been quite positive over the course of the past 25 years, I imagine that they'll see this as a gift, less as a threat. So yes, in an official capacity, just be aware that still committing any crimes within Acelcium will reflect poorly upon us.
I will also have to say that, with the new law that they're trying to go with, I have to be on my best behavior still, because technically they're using me as a poster child of tieflings are cool, to put it lightly. No pressure.
Alright, I won't steal anything.
Please don't.
I'd ask that you don't. Unless your skills are necessary. Keep in mind, you're still working under the capacity of the EHS. If there are decisions that need to be made, I trust that you will use those decisions wisely. Under these circumstances, though, I will account that Leodon will be your acting captain for the time being. Every decision goes through him. Hopefully this will keep chain of command very clear. Leodon?
Yeah, sure.
You don't sound very sure.
He just looks over at Bra and makes a face. Sort of calling my decision-making into question lately.
You can't blame yourself for the action of Aegwolf.
Word of advice to you, Leodon. We all fail at some point. It's when we learn from our failures. We actually learn to actually be good leaders.
Dante gets deja vu from when Yanuel told him the exact same thing.
I swear I was here before, right?
Very well.
If it helps, I know my country pretty well, so you're not going in entirely blind.
You also won't be going in without any backup as well.
Are you
Quite
going-
luckily, my organization is international.
Yeah. I still have questions for you about that one. She, slightly squints, but it's not anger, it's just... Still sus about that.
I do have one ally in the capital that might be of particular good use for all of you. Her name is Carmilla Cadium. She'll be extremely useful, and let's just say any words that come from her is also a word from me.
Okay. You said cadmium note, right? Not cadmium, like cadmium yellow.
It is like cadmium yellow, yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Hmm.
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 Dante's gonna lean over to Bruh and he's gonna be like, "Do you think he's got another wife?"
I wouldn't put it past him.
International love.
Alright then. Arlene, I'll leave the rest to you. I hope that all of you return with glad tidings. And if you need any more assistance, just know my friend up in Acelcium will be more than willing to assist.
Do you know where we can find her?
No.
I think it's
Fun. Yep.
I think it's more of a situation of she's gonna find us.
As he picks up the hat and he takes the other files, he begins to walk out of the office. And he is left to his devices while you are all away. Right. So in this moment, I'll be giving you all 24 hours to prepare yourself for what will be a very long travel to the north. Take this moment to speak to whoever you need to speak to, gather whatever it is you need to gather. An airship will be prepared with a proper flag, and if there's anything in particular you need from me, you're more than welcome to.
Okay.
Are we getting paid?
Actually, you should have gotten paid.
We didn't.
Apologies.
Do you
I have
remember
your,
how much it
I
was?
I do have your gold for my notes. Alright. The sum total for what was those, basically what was a massive mission, is 800 gold pieces to each and every one of you.
Woo!
Yeah. Massive payout.
Sheesh.
Yep.
I'm gonna buy so much Jormungandr grass. We're gonna have the sickest hot box up in here.
Alright. Massive sum total. Alright. As all of you are properly paid,
Yep.
you are
Think
left
so.
to your own devices.
Well, Citra would warn them about two big things. One, it's very hot.
Ooh.
Yeah. Second, she would go into explaining that there are some things you might see or hear that you may not like, generally aimed at herself.
Oh.
She's mentioned it once or twice, but Citra would just kind of try to put it lightly, but essentially it comes out like this. Just, I'm not lying when I say poster child for tieflings. That country was very nasty towards that general race of people for a long time until the recent Sultanate. And my mother and myself are one of very few that are there, and though the laws have changed, years of just general hate towards tieflings is very hard to get rid of. I don't want to play into what they want to think I am, so generally it's just be as kind as you possibly can, and yeah, it's gonna suck. I'm not gonna lie, it's gonna suck, but I'm okay. You know, so long as someone's not actively physically attacking me, you're just gonna have to let it go.
Alright, you got it.
I don't know how else to prepare
also-
for that.
Oh, also, I'm gonna pull out the wrapped boomerang that Mr. Artificer made.
Olivia.
Her eyes immediately light
Olivia.
up. She's so happy to have it back. She's like, it's been so long.
You've been away
Yeah,
for so long.
He said, now when you throw it, it's gonna return to you.
Yep. I saw what Leo did with his axes, and to be fair, it's really nice not to have to go and pick it up every now and again.
Damn,
you.
one less. Dante's gonna snap. One less job for Virgil to take care of.
That is true. But yeah, it's also gonna be very hot. Just very hot.
I don't think the duster's going to cut it. I think I might need something a bit lighter.
Yeah, just a little bit. It's, but it's honestly really pretty, and despite all the negatives, it has a lot of positives too.
In all my travels, I've never been to Acelcium, so this might be nice.
Also, you might. I don't know how things are going to work out, but you might actually wind up beating my parents. I'm not sure how that's going to work out, but
We
yeah,
saw them before.
Never met them. You never met them.
Ah.
We kind of had to deal with demons and stuff coming in that day.
Right.
And you were under a spell at that point.
Yes, I remember.
That pesky spell. Dante's gonna also, like, in the meantime, start pulling off the armor that was Bruh's. And start
that's
trying
right,
to
Yeah.
You kind of need to give that back now.
Alright, well, I mean, you're back. You need this back, buddy.
Glad you kept it safe.
And
But this did
warm.
belong to my brother, so yoink.
Yeah, I
To
mean,
be fair, none of us expected him to just suddenly be back.
yeah, sorry, didn't think you were gonna be back, and I sure as hell wasn't gonna give it to your old man down in the cellar.
That is fair. Alright.
Alright, well. Carry on.
So, you guys have a day ahead of you to collect any particular supplies and do anything that you would like during this time.
Citra would want to go see Duger and Eager real quick to talk about a specific bag I told you about.
Alright. So I'll go across the table for this.
Yeah.
So that way
Okay.
we can- Yeah. So, Citra, after leaving the office and having this conversation with your allies, you notice that Duger, Eager, and Greta are currently working on their next few projects, and you can hear the slight pangs of metal and various works within their workshop. As you approach, you see as Duger, as he looks up towards you. Aye, alas. It's been a while since you've come to talk to us. What the fuck?
Sorry. Missions got really long and painful.
Yeah,
But it's nice to
you
see
don't
you
talk
again.
to us at all. It's like everyone just walks by, ignores Duger, Eager, and Greta, and all we do is just make whatever it is you want to make, and now you're coming here expecting us to make some more. What is it that you want? Seriously.
Citra immediately gives the saddest face. Like, I'm so sorry. Like, the big sad anime eyes kind of deal.
Being
You see it
sad.
as Greta throws something at the back of Duger's head. You can hear a metal pang on their just and one hammer just and he's like, son of a bitch.
Are you okay?
He needs to stop acting like such an ass just because nobody talks to him. It's like nobody ever does talk to us. It's just, we're just here. Everyone ignores us. And you hear another pang. Fine!
They're beautiful.
Alright, Les. What is it that you need?
I know it's gonna sound like a really strange request, but given the way I fight, I need to keep, my arms and legs pretty free, and, I was wondering if you've ever made a bag that actually attaches to, and she, turns to the side, a tail?
You can see as, Eager walks over, starts kind of, pointing at something. And then you can see as he just, like, leans over to Duger and, like, whispers into his ear a bit. I mean, leather working's relatively easy. We can get that done, hopefully, 12 hours or so. We need to take the proper measurements. If you're looking for something a bit more upgraded, we also got some haversack parts in the back that might be of useful.
What parts? Sorry, you cut off for a second for me.
Haversack parts.
Haversack parts?
Yeah, it's not so much a bag of holding, but more of a, slightly smaller bag of holding, yeah?
Okay.
You can carry a lot more, it doesn't add weight.
Oh, I mean, sure.
Alright, well then... Well, it'll cost you some partner 300 gold pieces and we'll call it even.
Okay, sounds good to me. And she'll just immediately hand it over. She has really no need for money.
Alright, Greta, do your work. You can see as she comes walking over with a measuring tape in hand. Let's size you up.
Yay!
And they spend the next about 30 minutes just kind of getting the whole circumference, what is a level of tightness that might be comfortable for you, and as well as what will be the belted area towards the waist. And that's going to cover you, Citra.
Yee!
Alright. Leodon,
Hello.
anything you want to do with your
yes.
with the last day of your time here?
Last day of my time here. Just with everything that's transpired, Leah would probably head off to the general store around the bastion. And he would pick up a large amount of Jormungandr grass.
Leah's joining us in the smoke sesh.
Oh no!
Enough for 4 people.
Enough for 4 people? You're kind of bordering on legal limits on the federal end here, but you could.
You think
in
I'm gonna
theory.
sell this?
It's like the guy at the shop is like, no, it's just certain rules need to be acknowledged. Sorry.
This is hilarious.
Oh yeah, baby.
So how much?
What? At the amount for at least 4 people, usually Jormungandr grass costs somewhere in the near 30 gold pieces for the high-end stuff, a little bit closer to like 10 gold pieces for at least one individual for 10 uses. So it really does depend.
It's 30 gold per?
For really nice stuff. I'm talking like actual adds resistances kind of shit.
Oh, we'll splurge.
Splurge? Alright.
Yeah. Have a little splurge.
I'm a little like tempted to pull out the voice, but no. It's just a real normal looking guy.
All the way from
He just appears in the shop now, everywhere.
Hey man.
He just has teleport tunnels everywhere. Very lucrative.
Sure.
Yeah. It's a really normal looking human man with, a beard much like mine. A bit of a upkept hair towards the back, it's all pulled. But yeah, so there are particular resistances for each grass. One in particular is for cold, so there is the Favarian Thunderfuck made available here. There's also firegrass, which provides fire resistances. It lasts for only 10 minutes, though. And the last one is... Sorry. Let's see. The last one is more medicinal. It adds an extra D4 to your to the healing.
What's the name of that one?
I haven't given one yet.
Ah, okay.
We'll find out.
So,
Right
I just have Jormungandr Grass Plus.
okay. Jormungandr Plus. See. Well, it's not like I need to take notes on this, but you know.
It's the one for healing.
Yeah, one that is healing does an extra 1d4 of healing.
Call it Healy's. There you go. Heh.
Just a
I'll
small
just call this one Purple Rain.
We're gonna get sued. I will. Well, we don't need any fire resistance. I think we're all good on that.
Well,
Well,
I know.
Dante had to give back the armor, so he's no
So
longer
it's
resistant.
yeah. The only resistant ones are back to just being Buddha and Citra.
Well, it's still 2.
Well, Leo's got absorb elements, so.
That is true. Let's buy some Heelys. Why not?
All right. So you buy a 4-pack of Heelys. All right.
You guys.
I'll provide you some extra cards for that later.
Excellent.
But yeah, so 4 packs of Jormungandr Grass Heelys. Alrighty.
Excellent.
Alrighty. Anything else in particular you would like?
Let's see. What do I got? We got rations.
Some health potions. If they got it.
We could. How
in
many
this
health?
shop-
How many health potions?
This shop, in particular, does carry mostly normal healing potions. They don't have anything too extravagant. It's a weed shop, practically.
Hmm.
A weed shop that sells others.
Yeah, other medicinal products.
Drinkable weed.
That's actually a thing, believe it or not.
Yeah.
Shrinkable weed.
Whoa.
We'll have this conversation after break. Or before, during break.
Other
Sorry,
than
don't want
that,
to lose our sponsors here.
I don't think. Gamersub's weed flavor. Get on it. Dee. I don't think there'll be much else that we need.
Since we're on a diplomatic mission.
Yeah.
Citra is
Well,
not mortified.
officially-
She's perfectly fine.
Officially a diplomatic mission, but we're looking for a lich. Yeah, I think that's gonna be it. I think Leo just wanted the 4-pack of weed.
It's got its own jingle now.
My bad.
Alright.
Keeping it light, keeping it easy, keeping it breezy.
Mm-hmm. He's gonna hold on to that for a special occasion.
Okay, good to know. Alright, so, you get some wed. And as for you, Dante, what do you do in your last day here? Keep in mind, I had noted that your efforts in trying to distribute the cure for those who have been affected by the Gorgon's poison,
Mm-hmm.
has begun in its efforts and are currently working out the last of the logistics before heading off. So, the church here is doing their best, and along with Olivier and my apologies, Helen, are currently working on this project together.
Okay. I need to talk to, or Dante needs to talk to, Dagex. Is he still doing paperwork?
That
He
poor man.
is.
That poor man.
He is. He's well within the library, and you can see the pile that had, for Leodon, his pile started like this, and it's finally down to, the actual table, like probably the last few pages, and he is just, pen in hand, like flopped over on the table, just almost done. He's getting close, but yeah, he looks like the life has left him.
Oh.
Yeah.
And thieves can't. That much, huh?
Kill me. Just kill me.
Well, I'm sorry to say. I need your help for one more thing.
As long as it's not paperwork, that's fine.
Oh, see, now that's exactly what I need you for.
Oh.
His soul leaves his body.
I
Oh,
mean,
take me now.
Alright, well, if it makes you feel any better, I'll give you 200 gold pieces for it.
It's not about the money, it's about the principle.
Alright, well, the principle is in a good direction and hopefully it aligns with your goals. Can you send in paperwork to have a airship leave next week to Wallenstein?
Given that the EHS is currently barred from entering Greater Wallenstein, you're asking for something of an impossibility.
Not much of an impossibility if the flags can switch, last minute to somewhere that's close to the border, maybe?
That's a felony.
Come on! I've gotten everything lined up so far. I've got somebody who's gonna help me distribute this stuff. He's gonna pull out a vial and shake it a bit. And under the current circumstances, I can't take Helen down with me.
Make a persuasion check.
Yeah, baby. Proficiency bonus, baby. 13, shit.
You didn't do your prayer wait before you rolled, damn it.
Ah, damn it. Can I do it with advantage if I give him 200 gold pieces?
Yes. I'll say
All right.
yes.
Alright, let's do one more. Alright, persuasion. 30.
What the fuck?
What?
Because I have a proficiency of because I got a plus 11 on my persuasion checks.
Jesus.
Fucking rogues.
And I hit a 19. Alright, let's take the 200 gold pieces out.
Expertise coming in clutch.
Yeah. As the trade-off of loose coin is exchanged, I am relatively sure that some paperwork can be overlooked, swapped around, moved to different hands. Won't come back to us in any particular way.
It won't.
Oh, it's a good thing I'm good at forging. Let's just say that you only get this once. Never ask me for something like this again.
I won't.
At this point, I am very tired, but it can be done. I'll work out the last of the paperwork for it. As he drags another paper from across the table and stamp, sign, review. And,
Thank you.
Don't thank me just yet. Keep in mind, there's a lot of people in this very large machine that you're working on, so you're gonna at least have one or two problems, but I'll also keep a close eye on it to make sure it goes through. I have to look for whoever else is a refugee within Greater Wallenstein, and I consider that to be relatively important along with this mission.
Thank you. I won't let you down.
Better hope not. I know where you sleep.
Are you sure about that?
Who said that?
Who said what?
I heard, are you sure about that? I wanted to know who said that.
That was Jane.
That was me.
Oh.
That was Dante.
It's just a voice out of nowhere. Are you sure about that?
I'm very sure.
Okay. Dante
Alright.
walking around, nervous on his face, but faced away from Dagex. Alright.
Alright. So, all of you finished up the last of your tasks.
Yep.
Burroughs kind of left to his own devices. Currently working on some other stuff, but as for the rest of you, Citra, you gain a 1 haversack for a tail bag.
Handy haversack?
Yep, handy haversack.
Sweet.
Yep, it's a step down from a bag of holding, but it works relatively about the same. Alrighty. Leodon, you return with your Jormungandr grass. And Dante, you convinced Dagex to do more paperwork after a month of paperwork.
I will say this, before they go, she's probably going to try and meditate in the sense of using her flute now that she's not in a town that just got, wrecked.
Yeah.
Location. Because I'm going to absolutely tell you she is nervous! So nervous!
Oh, yeah. I don't doubt it.
I'm so grounded.
You're grounded for the rest of your life.
Not
All
when
right.
you're in the EHS, baby!
So, as the day continues, you all gather once again for the night. Anything you would like to discuss amongst each other before heading off to bed?
I think Citra would try to catch Dante up on the whole, yeah, so my grandmother's Erithus, and she's sending me on this mission.
Dante, oh, fuck!
It's like, what?
Ah. Damn, so you're like part goddess?
No, I'm a Nephilim.
Ah. What's that? Was Dante caught up to speed on this before or no?
Oh no, you weren't. You weren't even there for any of this. Shit.
Oh.
I forgot. Sorry, my brain totally wiped out on that one. I know.
Yeah, the conversation was privately done between
Azure,
you and,
Dagex, and oh my God,
Salazar.
Yeah. The
Oh.
only three. So, yeah, so the best way I can explain it, my dad's mom is Erithus, and, you remember that guy we can't tell his name about back in the, that guy?
Yeah.
The blue
He who
tiefling?
shall not be named, yeah.
Yeah, so that's my grandfather.
Ooh, that
More
guy's
than
your
short.
grandfather?
Yeah. So because of that, I am a Nephilim, and how do I explain Azoth and that alt stuff again without it going too far into it?
It was described to you that this is something that should be kept under wraps.
Yeah,
but
like, severely.
as far as you can explain, Azoth is the grandson of Osmodius and Pelor. And to describe a Nephilim is basically when there is a direct line to a god and a direct line to a devil or demon of very high class. So usually archdevils and archdemons or demon lords are considered extremely powerful. Most tieflings are kind of tainted by the blood of contracts through warlocks and or unions between devils and humans and stuff like that. So it's kind of a mixed bag for tieflings, and Aasimars are often direct descendants of celestial bloodlines. It could even be considered recessed in that aspect, but as time goes on, those genes begin to dissipate over time before returning to a normalized state. But for Nephilims, they are very particular in the notion of it is a direct line to God and devil.
Ah.
So, I'm not lying when I'm telling you I spoke directly to Erithus. I wasn't sure how that was gonna go, given that my other half is that. But she was actually fairly happy to see me, and she essentially explained to me that doing this mission specifically would not only help me become whole instead of fractured as I am, but it would also give us answers to deal with Igwelf, which I didn't even mention to her.
Well, the goddesses do be all-seeing.
Yeah. I've never
Ish.
communed with her before, so it was a little intimidating at first.
Lucky it took me years to get to mine.
Sorry.
It's good.
She's like, I don't know how to react to that. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. No, you're,
But I'm gonna... I really have to emphasize that do not mention this to anyone. As far as you know, I'm a tiefling.
Dante holding up 3 fingers, hand on his heart. On Thieves' Honor.
Like, I'm pretty sure Azure was hoping I wouldn't tell you guys either or something, but the more you know I feel, the better off you are. And if things go well on this mission, I will be a lot stronger than I was.
Well, good for you, buddy.
Thanks. Now I just kind of not need to screw up my whole mission of making sure tieflings are openly accepted in my country, and then things will be fine. This is fine. She's just like slightly twitching about that one.
Well, Citra, I know you're gonna do great.
Thank you. I haven't been back there in quite a few years, so this is gonna be interesting.
Okay. Well, we're here for you.
Thank you. Whew. I'm gonna go play on my flute now. I need to calm down.
Okay.
She is very nervous.
All right, have a good meditation sesh.
Thanks.
Alright. So, as Citra breaks off, Leodon, is anyone that you would like to talk to before the night ends? Anything in particular you would like to do before the night ends?
Nothing in particular I like to do. Maybe I would end up talking to Alois, because it sounds like we're not going to be able to talk to him for a while.
Alois left quite a bit ago.
Darn it.
Yeah, when he left Harleen's office.
That's a darn it moment.
Gone.
Yeah.
That's right, Lo-Fi.
No, that was Teach.
That's right, Teach.
Teach is the schnauzer.
Shoot. Well, probably not there. He would probably just be using this time to prepare himself for this mission, slapping himself in the face, going serious mode.
Saying his goodbyes to his jacket because it's too freaking hot.
Goodbye, jacket.
Right, we're getting outfit changes for this one.
Alright. Citra.
Yep.
Before the night ends, as you play atop near the entrance, that giant open area as it stares out into the skies, you are met with a sight. Make a perception check.
Poiception?
Yeah.
Poiception. That would be a 19.
Okay. An individual standing not too far away from the entrance. Lightly clothed, blue skin, what looks to be some slight blue markings along as Harleen finally makes it to the top of the steps. You can hear a slight exchange of words before the two are to walk off into the city. At one point, you can see that they hold hands.
Aww. Citra would try not to say anything, but she is smiling. She's like, I knew it. She knew what she saw back in that office.
Yeah. A beautiful Genasi woman as they proceed onward with your boss into the city. Probably going home for the night, finally, after a very long month. As the night comes to a close, the new day begins as all of you awaken, and you find yourselves currently gathering towards the to the main headquarters area, well within the cafeteria, as several members of the EHS find their fill. Here. Excuse me. Do-do. Now, as the day begins, you find Harleen finally making her way towards all of you. Fresh, brand new, and well and aware of your team. As all four of you sit well at the table, she hands back the blackened file towards all of you. I think this might be pertinent to keep around while you're at it.
Of course.
Some slight notes have been made to include upon the file, so if you need to review it in ever a time of need, it is available to you. Furthermore, I have been given permission to provide you all with proper dignitary letters. And she pulls out from under the jacket what looks like to be these thick scrolls. Should you run into any issues within Acelcium that is rather unfounded, you should be able to present these and they are to be recognized.
Huh. Well, that's convenient. Thank you.
Sweet. Diplomatic immunity.
It's not diplomatic immunity. It is to acknowledge that you are foreign dignitaries. This does not mean that you are not allowed to bypass any laws. It just means that if there is unfounded trouble, like, for example, Citra, should any of the brass blades decide to make an issue towards you, you may provide this as a means to prevent issues from furthering.
Thank you.
In other words, if anyone causes us trouble, we can rub our status in their faces.
It's a temporary measure, understanding the current political climate there.
Sure.
I'm not lying when I tell you it's a little tense.
Furthermore, you will all be provided the airship which will act as transport. In particular, you'll be landing in the southern port just before the capital. You'll be landing specifically into Taviz Port, and then heading north to Bulvaka. From there, you will continue your investigation on trying to understand where this Saviden might be, if not where we think he would be last. As such, should any other matters arise, I trust in your capacity to do what is best for all of you. There is no end time for this particular mission to be completed, but let's just say speed is of the essence, especially considering a all-powerful sorceress of Eld is currently freely roaming about.
Well, if what I know is correct, we'll be gaining some answers to that.
Very well. That being said, I do truly wish all of you to come back alive and well. Hopefully, every answer that you have amongst yourself is answered. Or any answers you seek will be found.
Well, we're gonna do our best.
Very well. That is all. I look forward to seeing you all return.
We look forward to seeing you when we get back.
Alright.
She gives a slight nod before... Oh, she gives a slight nod before turning and making her way back to her main office.
Dante, alright. Time to put on a silver smile.
Citra just leans over to Dante, by the way, just kind of like, I think I saw her wife last night.
Oh, her wife?
Shh. Actually saw her happy. It was really sweet.
Damn, I didn't think she was capable of that.
You didn't see the wedding ring?
What wedding ring?
That is funny, considering her perception is abysmal compared to you guys.
He's got other concerns. Alright, well, let's go get us a lich.
Alright. Citra just kind of like readjusting the new outfit, getting used to it, and the new bag. She's like, this will get some getting used to.
Also, I get to kill something that's undead, which is particularly of my, now, expertise.
Nice.
True. I also need to not hit you with chill touch as well.
Yeah, that would actually hurt.
Yeah, just a little bit. She still remembers and feels bad about hitting him with it the last time.
Dante's gonna be like rubbing his arm like, so can you like feel anything?
Oh my god. You can't just ask people like that.
It kind of feels like dull pressure. Like, it's
like you
there,
don't feel
but
like
not.
Oh, it's there but no. Oh man, there's like wax coming off on my hands.
It's the texture of wax. It's not like it's actual wax.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, it feels like a little hard.
Oh, I was like, oh, dude, you feel like a candle.
All right.
Well, sorry, we're gonna have to hold off our mad smoke sesh until we get back.
Our mad what now?
Fuck, that's right. All right. As all of you gather towards Americall Park, you will find yourselves walking amongst the very busy streets of the Adamantine Bastion as you are familiarized with an airship. This one looks a little bit fancier, as this one is one provided for foreign dignitaries.
Well, this is snazzy.
Yep. And as such, you hear the somewhat heavy footfalls coming from somewhere as you all begin to board the airship. And there is a presence here, but not seen.
Is this like the library moment?
Yeah, as one of you kind of get bumped from the back, and you hear, "Oh, sorry."
Dredger?
"Oh, it's you!" As he takes off the ring. "Oh, well, I guess all of you are going to be boarding with me."
You're going to Acelcium?
"I'm not going there, I'm taking you there."
Oh. It's good to see you again. Literally.
Yeah. Oh, well. My friend is currently busy with a bunch of other stuff, and we did actually find our other individual. Still, once again, bit of a shithead, causing lots of problems. But, well, I think Shanos can definitely take care of it for a bit of while. Say hello to me nice airship. Bought it myself a couple of years ago. Thought
I'm so
I'd
happy
take
for
it
you.
out for a little ride every now and again, but apparently I finally got the status to transport foreign dignitaries, so it makes lots of money. But yeah.
Why were you still hiding, though?
Alright. It freaks people out.
Oh, you enjoy this then? Okay.
Oh yeah, no, it's a bit weird when people it's like, "Oh, why is the airship flying all of a sudden?"
Dante just is like gripping the wall. He's like, "Are you sure you're not a ghost?"
I'm very sure I'm not a ghost.
Dante just kind of like reaching his hand out and like poking him a bit. I don't know, I'm still not convinced.
As you poke, it is hard fucking adamantine steel on this giant minotaur man. And like you kind of like pull the beard, like, oh, alright, that's enough.
Could we reach that? Holy shit.
It's a long beard. He's old.
That's true. That is true.
Yeah. Alright, well, first and foremost, I am your captain. I am Citra Borovine. I will be taking you all to, check the itinerary here. 1 Bulvaka, landing in Tefish Port. And upon our return, we're taking you again.
We appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Alright, all aboard! And he starts, you hear the heavy footfalls as he's climbing up the large stairs on this airship. For you hear the slight hum and tones. And,
Bless him.
yeah, as you hear the tones of an airship beginning to rev, you can see as Bora has immediately made his way to the bottom floor.
Yep.
He's not a huge fan of flying.
Literally got disintegrated, still has that fear of flying.
Dante is also joining him because he's in fear that he's on a ghost ship.
Alright. So, as all of you begin to take off and take flight, you make your way to Acelcium. With that, is where we're going to go ahead and take a break.
Break time.
Oh, I'm ready.
Yeah. All right. It's a bit of a setup. Do apologize.
No, you're fine.
But there's a lot to do. All right. So that being said, we're gonna go ahead, take a quick 10-minute break. We'll be right back. Pee-pee time.
Pee-pee time.
Pee-pee time.
Pee-pee time. Yeah. 10-minute
Pee-pee
break.
time.
Hey. And welcome back.
That one was a little more restrained.
You didn't time it properly, but I'll give you bonus points for trying.
It's got a little bit of a delay at the startup.
Just thought sound effect. Anyway.
Funny.
All right, so we're back, and as we get back into game, let us jump into the rest of the show. So, as all of you take flight and start heading to Acelcium, this is probably the first time in taking an airship that doesn't land you back into Wallenstein. And the sights are many. To every particular interest, it will be about a week's worth of travel. As all of you are flying across, spending multiple days taking rations, and taking note of the sky, the seas, the passing earth. Every particular site, and you can kind of see where, as you are heading up north, it is strange, as airships are not extraneously rare within this world, but being able to see the sights has always been something a lot of people have desired. By the point that all of you start passing over Dracovania, you can see as there are various colors and designs, having passed over Vale, and by this point you start making your way past what are these large, massive canyons that you had gone around instead of through, which is the Bordean canyons leading to the Bordean Sea.
Citra walked all this. Holy shit.
Yeah. You had to get on a couple of ships.
Yep.
After passing this massive canyon, you now begin to hit the giant open sea, where you begin to notice various storm cells, large clouds, and the rough waters down below here and there. By day 6, all of you beginning to kind of feel slight cabin fever, before you hear as the large booming voice that is Dredger. I begin to see the land down below.
Oh, thank the Dusk Mother!
I think Citra spends most of her time up top, to be fair. She has zero fear of heights.
And as such, as the descent begins, you begin to feel the rapid temperature change. As you go from the nice cool skies before coming down below, and you begin to feel the rise of the heat becoming very extraneous. As such, all of you slowly begin to pull into what is to the port town here. All of you finally land within Acelcium. It is not too long before you begin to notice that the sun is beginning to set deep within the south. And you see the torches begin to light the long streets as things become very busy. You can see the architecture is very familiar to how Citra would describe it. These massive buildings with these
Domes?
Dome tops, yeah. Various kinds of bright colors used for pigments as they are used to paint. The people here are very lively. As you can hear various barkers along the street sides beginning to try and sell the next dinner to anyone willing to pass. The various guards in these bright brass and almost coppered green outfits beginning to pass with these large scimitar-like blades. As you all finally land and begin to make your way in, Dredger giving you all a slight pat on the back. Alright, well then, I'll be here until you need me again. If there's any emergency takeoffs that need to be made, more than happy to do it, but don't expect it too often.
Thanks, Trevor.
We'll try to keep the emergencies to a minimum this go-around.
Oh, well, that's great. As the four of you finally deboard, you are left to these long streets within Volvaka, or Taviz Port.
We're in Visport, what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. I got confused for a second. Citra just kind of like takes a deep breath, just, okay. It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. Welcome to Acelcium. Yeah, the nerves are getting to her.
Oh, this place is gorgeous.
About as sandy as I had heard.
Well, it's not all sand dunes. I mean, there are, but not here. I wouldn't suggest walking through those.
Right, yes. I think I've quite had my fill of desolate landscapes like that ever since we left the Penance Dunes.
Yeah, but
Ah, come on, it wasn't that bad.
we almost
It
ate
was-
dead rat meat.
Hey,
That
it
is
came in
true.
handy later.
I'm still shocked you had that on you this whole time.
All right, well, Miss Dignitary, lead the way.
Oh, please don't tell me that. Citra, her wrap is technically tied around her waist, but it's big enough that it is around her shoulders, but she's able to actually lift it up almost like a hood over her horns.
Okay.
And she's gonna leave that like that and start leading them through the town.
Alright. Where would you like to take them in particular?
Well, we can't find, what's her face that Azure was mentioning that she, I guess, would eventually find us, but considering how late it's getting already, probably closer to an inn for the time being before we wind up going anywhere further than that. Because, fun fact, when the place is really, really hot during the day, it tends to get a little cold at night.
It does. considering that this city leans more closer towards the east, the eastern tundras do kind of make their way through Acelcium. Even though it's a very dry place, it can get very bitterly cold.
Did it say anything in the black file, like a good area that we'd be needed to go to, or not really?
So as you guys, depending on how much time you wanted to spend with the file had first described there being some sources describing a undead creature not too far from what was Bovaka before traveling back to Zanzibar. This information is fairly limited given the nature of the resources here, but the closest that any undead creature could ever get into a town and be described before moving to another town, without being hunted down, can be a bit difficult because one or two resources is not enough. But Saviden is somewhere making their way to Zanzibar.
And how far away is that from where we're at currently?
Zanzibar is is kind of within the Middle West before it starts reaching into Hollingrad. But the travel there is perilous.
Well, it is getting fairly late. Would you want to stay somewhere for the night, or would you suggest we start trying to listen around, because we don't have a lot to go on right now. All I was told was that a person with impure intentions would be approaching us. Me, in particular. That's about as much information she gave me.
Alright.
We at least know the name, and that he's, and she whispers that, so you don't want to yell that out loud, but...
Alright. Well, if need be, I can go around and listen in for some information.
You could. Y'all are gonna get around fairly fine. People are probably gonna want you to buy things, just the nature of the market here.
And believe me, do I have coin to spend. What phase is the moon at right now?
It is getting back to a full moon, considering that it's been about a month since you've returned.
Okay.
So,
wait, so like
actually,
past
no,
the full moon?
It would be past the full moon after about a week of travel.
Okay. Alright, so past the full moon, but still a good amount.
Yeah. So it would be waning.
Okay, waning. Alright, so Dante's gonna do his open hand thing, starting from... Okay, so if it's waning... Alright, he's gonna start from the... He's gonna start from the right-hand side and then open up to the phase of the moon. And he's gonna see if the goddess has anything to tell him.
Make me a wisdom check.
Wisdom check. Let's see. Wisdom, where the fuck are you? Oh, survival. Wisdom. Oh.
Yeah, just a straight wisdom check.
13?
As you try and stare up to the moon and glean any information, your connections are often more stronger within your church. However, this time it doesn't feel that way. You feel like that there is a halt to a certain halt to this connection. And you also hear the slight sound of grinding gears.
Ooh.
That's Aerithis.
Guess her influence is limited here.
I mean, we could probably find a temple to Aerithis, and maybe she could tell me a little more. I'm sorry, I wish I was a little bit more prepared for this.
No, you're fine, you're fine. It'll happen every so often.
Would Dante have mentioned the gears? Like, I know I said that as a person, like, not a Citra, but...
Would you, Dante?
Yes, I would mention that. All I'm hearing are gears.
Well, that sounds more Aerithis. To be fair, that's definitely her wheelhouse. And she's very much followed here. We could find one of her temples here.
Would you say it's her gear house? Eh? Eh?
Citra can't help, but that makes her laugh. I would generally say, yeah, we could talk around to people. They'd probably be more open to talking to the rest of you. Not so much me, but I can definitely try and talk to Aerithis to see if she can give us a little bit more guidance and direction, at least.
Alright, so for the time being, should we split up?
Well, they said everything goes through Leo this time around.
Leo? Leo, should we split up?
Part of me wants us all to stay together.
And the other part?
The other part thinks that we could cover more ground.
I mean, this town is fairly peaceful, so it's so long as we don't go about trying to, like, start a fight or something, we should be fine.
Aye.
We could meet back here at the port since we know where it is. Was he eyeballing a certain two characters in our group about that?
Maybe.
I just heard the tone and I'm like, wait a minute.
Hey, I'm just gonna stick around with whoever.
Hey, I said I wasn't gonna steal anything.
I'm gonna beg you not to do anything like that, because in this case, it not only makes the HS look bad, but it makes my job very hard with the whole law thing.
And I'm not gonna do that to you.
They put me in charge, so it's gonna make me look bad too.
Yeah.
So
this has to be very careful.
Okay. You hear that, bruh? No fights.
Yeah.
Just
never gonna do anything fun.
Maybe once we're out of the country.
Yeah. And
all right. So split up, team leader.
all right, are we going our usual split here? Me and Citra go off somewhere, and then you and Bruh go somewhere else. Is that what we're thinking?
No, I'm thinking a little bit more stealth here.
do we have to go stealth?
Well, I mean, I think I can cover more ground if I can change my face and not have the same person with me.
No one here knows you.
And no one here will know me. Alright, anyways, bye!
Whoa,
Well,
vanish!
I guess it's a different split this time.
As he transforms his face to the servant woman from Wallenstein, because that's the only thing he's got in his arsenal.
All right. And as for Bora, Leodon, and Citra,
Yeah. Citra is probably going to try and seek out one of the temples to Aerithis. I'm assuming she knows the area enough-ish.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
you're very familiar with Bovaka, as it is a city that has been visited a couple of times, not frequently, but it makes very clear as to where the massive Sultanate building is, and where many of the temples could possibly be, and Erithus being the leading goddess within this nation, it could be assumed that one of these massive buildings with her symbol is where this temple would be.
Yeah. She does still remember that there was talk that like the attack on her when she was little were other followers of Erithus, but like to the more extreme. So she's being very cautious about this one.
Yeah.
She was attacked twice, so she's got every reason to be cautious. So she's gonna lead them to one of the temples, and she'd be pointing out different areas to them, I guess, as they go along. You know, might as well get them familiar with what looks like what. And
Okay.
And that big one, that one is where the Sultanate is, and probably my parents. They work with his vizier specifically, but I was generally kept out of a lot of anything politics growing up. They wanted my childhood to be as normal as possible. At least they tried. They tried. She's got nothing else to say on that one.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
And so...
The caution being is that you saw one of those flashbacks, unfortunately, with Igwolf, and I saw one that Sav showed me, which was that I have been technically attacked twice in my own country. So just do keep your guard up a little bit.
We'll be careful.
Yeah. So she's gonna lead them through, hopefully without any problem, to one of the temples.
It does come to mind that there are several eyes that fall on you three. Mainly because it is an odd group of a half-orc, a firbolg, and a tiefling woman. And you can
Citra's
see
just
what
gonna smile
are
at them.
two massive beings walking with one smaller being. One can imagine the bravery of some of these brass blades do not
that's
compare
right.
to these two.
I know Lee was tall. I keep forgetting Butter's like fucking tall.
Yeah. And considering one looks like he is from Yimnan, their skill with Yimnan has collided before with the original Acelcium War back 50 years ago, and they have fallen to them before.
Unintentional muscle.
Yeah.
But Citra would fall back into her old habits of just smiling at whomever, even if it's a scowl. She meets them with kindness at every time.
Yeah.
Even if it's really not deserved.
So, I need you to just make me a quick investigation check for finding this
boy.
temple.
Oh, buddy. That's always her great one. Hold on. Sorry. It's being a brat. There it goes. Sorry, it like froze for a second.
You all kind of get lost in the city a bit.
I mean, she is working off nerves first.
Yeah. During this time, as you guys traverse throughout the town, we'll switch over to Dante for a bit. Dante, what is it that you are particularly looking for?
So what I'm looking for is whispers of, anything that has anything to do with a lich, anything that has to do with the name of the guy, and something about immortality.
In general, spooky.
General spooky spooks.
Make me an investigation check with disadvantage, because these are very particularly key words that probably don't pop up very often within this city.
Okay, so investigation with a disadvantage. Just
Fucking
19
even
work.
no, it's a 19 still. Fuck. All right.
The rogue.
My profession comes in clutch.
Your first intention is to probably start heading to more congregated areas. So there are various bars and street barkers that often say that they see something, and it's within the scope of way too wild to think about, but also good to keep in the back pocket. At a certain point, you do happen across one individual, and they seem to be selling things that nobody else along the streets seem to be selling. What looks like to be these old stones that have deep runic markings that are particular to Acelcium. And he's trying to get anybody to buy these. What looks like to be this very small, compact, slightly brownish green skin. These very bright green little eyes. What looks like to be this pulled back hair. These massive ears and somewhat gangly claws. As this goblin man is just like, yes, you look, you buy, you wish, you desire, I have something for you. It's little bits of true Acelcium history.
Oh, dearie, what do we have here?
Yes, something that was given to me from an old creature that had once traversed across the great lands of Acelcium, just so that way he can share the secrets deep within the tombs of Amun-Ra.
Oh, that sounds so interesting. Tell me more.
Yes, see, this one in particular tells the old tale of Amun-Ra, the first king of Acelcium, the first sultanate, and he had provided deep, dark secrets that would tell of how he had banished the scourge of tieflings across his land.
Oh. Can Dante pick it up and, inspect it a bit?
Sure. He's like, sure, hold, say, take.
Alright, what are we looking at here?
Make an insight check.
Insight check. Wait one sec. Shit, where's my insight? Oh, there it is. Okay. 14!
As you get the feeling from what is this goblin man, and as well as holding this rock, you can feel it's real. It's definitely a rock from someplace somewhere, probably from an old rune that was raided. But the markings, however, they look fresh. Through proper forgery, especially on your end, you can tell that something here has a message. You're not too familiar with the language of Acelcium, especially many of its old works. Actually, what languages do you speak?
I speak Draconic and Elvish.
Okay.
And Common and Thieves' Cant.
This is an unfamiliar language to you.
Citra would know it, though, right?
That would depend on if you saw it.
Okay.
But the rock does seemingly have some kind of messaging that is freshly carved. There's no degradation within the stone as you would find with several years of rain or damage that would proceed onward with rock like this. But yeah, the stone is definitely what he says it is, but the message is new.
Ah.
Yeah.
Well, wouldn't want to pass up on a piece of Acelcium history here.
120 gold.
120? You're asking a bit high, aren't you?
This is Acelcium history.
Oh, you run a hard bargain. How about this? 115 gold. Can I use a persuasion?
He's thinking about it. Sure, make a persuasion check.
27.
Oh, right, because you're so pretty.
Oh, stop it.
The hands come out.
115 gold to the winner of the rock. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to add. Okay, so 300 off.
All right. As you place the gold into his hands, it's just like.
Pleasure doing business with you.
Pleasure doing business with you too, sweetheart. And Dante looks away like, oh my god, what a fucking weirdo.
Some goblins are.
All right. Well, I got a rock.
All right.
I got a rock.
You got a rock. You found a rock in your investigations.
It's not just a boulder, it's a rock.
It's a rock. All right. Cutting back over to Citra, Leodon, and Burrow. Go ahead and give me another investigation, Citra.
Can I help?
Please.
Yes.
She gets lost in a library, okay?
I will use the help action.
What does that do specifically?
Gives you advantage.
Gives you advantage.
Sweet. Did it roll it or no?
Give it a sec. It's still rolling on my end too.
It's rolling.
Okay.
Yay!
Two.
It didn't run. Okay, hold on. I think the app's just breaking on me. Sorry about that.
Whoops.
Let me
It's
just...
fine.
Pull out your dice. We trust you.
Sure. Alright. Investigation. That's 11. And then... It's even worse.
So with the 10, it's not hard to find a building that worships Erithus. Even at a 10, it's possible. You get lost in a couple of side streets, trying to make your way through, and wading through a bunch of people as, this is a very nightlife kind of city, having to hide away from the day for a majority of it.
Mm-hmm.
As you finally make your way to what is this massive temple.
So probably a whole lot bigger than the one at the Bastion then.
Oh yes. This takes many a city block. As you all see what is this massive temple, this symbol of Erithus, as well as what looks like to be a sun with what looks like to be flowing dunes in the center.
Well, welcome to the Temple of Erithus. I'm gonna try this once more. This will be my second attempt. So she just kind of taking a deep breath and hope she's not met with anything aggressive as she goes through the doors.
Alright. As you open the doors, there is congregation of many a person, varying slightly wildly, mostly human here. You see the few Luxodons and Leonins here and there, a goblin or two, as they have made their home here, and many elves.
Oh.
High elves, sun elves, varying of different varieties here. As this small procession begins to make its way forward, there's currently a sermon being read from this massive old elf with what looks like to be this long, straight white beard and a very fancy hat.
Gotta have a fancy hat, man.
Yeah.
Gotta have the fancy hat.
As the sermon is coming to its close, however, the end of the sermon, and people begin to kind of rise up and begin to move along. You see several individuals heavily armored in what looks like to be this both kind of yellowed steel, as well as thick white leather deep under it. As some of them gather around this individual and he begins to kind of speak amongst themselves, this massive individual, as he begins to notice 3 very random individuals have entered his temple.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she kind of expected that much. Citra would just kind of give like a polite bow to them, just to be nice about it. I mean, they just kind of walk in. How far away are they from them?
By the time you start walking up to the main temple area, you see that massive statue that a smaller one had been made on the Adamanti Bastion, but this one reaches all the way to the top of the building.
Yeah, and
before it reaches its domed top.
Yeah, before they even reach earshot, though, she just kind of whispered to her 2 friends, like, so that's her. That's Erithis. That's my dad's mom. Feels weird saying that. Anyways. The last time
I imagine it would.
The last time she touched the statue to try and commune, does she have to do that again?
It's often some level of connection because it's a idled figure that you physically connect to. And a lot with what religion is, especially within the realm of Acelcium, is that having a certain idol or a certain connection with your holy symbol or whatnot is how you end up connecting with your god.
Yeah. I don't think her little horn pieces that she uses for magic is any of that, so...
That's more of your spell focus as a sorcerer. Yeah.
So she's just gonna have to approach this statue. Is it possible, or are they going to stop her?
As you do try and approach, you see several of these Templar-looking individuals kind of block the way. As you see as this old man, quite sorry, but do not allow strangers to touch our idol.
Oh, I'm not a stranger, sir. I apologize. I am from here.
Strangers.
Can I insight this guy, trying to see if this is
bullshit?
Not because they suspect her of not being Acelcium, but just because she's a tiefling.
Make an insight, yeah.
Oh boy, here we go.
21. That's right, Lofa.
20 win? Alright.
Yes.
The feeling is that he is correct in the notion that he's never seen you before, and to approach on a very sacred site here to these people and trying to touch their idol is considered sacrilege. there could be an undertone about her being a tiefling, but he doesn't seem to care because he doesn't know any of you people.
Does she know if she uses her last name, would it change anything? Like, I'm not sure, like, because I'm not sure how much sheltering she actually had, is what I'm saying. So, she's aware that what her parents do now, but... Sorry, keeping the dogs out.
It's your decision. Like, whatever choices you make here is how I'll react.
You
Yeah,
also
so
have that
she's gonna go
those
out on a limb here and just she's like, I apologize, this looks incredibly rude, but I'm no stranger to Acelcium or the goddess Erithis. Does the name Idlewind mean anything to you? If it helps.
As all of the Templars begin to look towards this main figurehead, and he now begins to look down to you with much more widened eyes. The name Idlewind does matter greatly within this house, yes.
She doesn't want to have to use the name, but she's realizing, like, you gotta do what you gotta do kind of moment. Well, the reason I ask is because Tarion Idlewind is my father. And I'm fairly certain he would really be keen on me trying to lean in towards the religious aspect in my life. That lawnmower is back in full force.
Yeah.
My window is shut. I can't do a lot about that.
No, I know. I was just like, it just suddenly popped up. I'm sorry.
Damn, that sandstorm is... Oh. Damn, that sandstorm is something, huh?
Right? As you speak your father's name, and he begins to kind of reproach himself. Tarion has not returned here in some great time.
No, I'd imagine he's still rather busy. But I am his daughter, Citra Idlewind. I don't mean to cause any problems. I'm just here to quietly commune for a moment and be out of your hair, I promise.
As he looks towards one of the Templars here, you see as he whispers into their ear. And a few of them begin to kind of speak closely with some others among the congregation. You begin to notice that several people are beginning to leave. Almost as if in unison. By the time the entire church becomes empty, you are left behind with just this elven man and two of the Templars here. I am well aware of who my son is.
Oh.
I am also aware of who my granddaughter is.
She's probably never met this man in her life, has she? You're my dad's father. Oh, this is awkward.
I am Deus Idlewind. I am the Archbishop here within this church.
And she's immediately bowing her head again, like, I meant no disrespect. I am so sorry.
I have a duty to my god.
I can't hear a word you're saying. I am so sorry.
Oh. I have a duty to my god. And if it is so be it that you wish to seek her guidance, who am I to deny that?
Not at first. Thank you.
Raise your head, child.
She would. To Leo and to Buddha, though, she is shaking quite a bit. She's never met her grandfather before, so this is so awkward. Man's also kind of scary.
Leo's just sort of like tapping his index fingers together.
Awkward. Right?
Curious circumstances. Allies from far lands, are they not?
Yes, sir, that is correct. I am Leodon Farcloud of the Farcloud clan. Pleasure to make your acquaintance, sir.
You see, he is often quite stone-faced, almost unfazed by new information. Before I am to have you commune, though, perhaps some time to comprehend the circumstances in private quarters.
Sure? And she'd look to Leo and Buddha, just like, okay.
Leo just shrugs. I mean, as far as he knows, this is her grandfather, so he's assuming that she trusts him.
Oh no, she doesn't, but she's aware of her grandfather's name, she just didn't know who he was. I don't think she's ever met him, and I don't think her father ever intended to introduce them.
Yeah. But Leo doesn't know that.
No. Neither did Citra, for the most part.
Alright. Did you all follow with him?
Yep.
Sure.
Alright. As you all begin to move to a new room within this temple, Dante!
Yahi.
Yeah. Alright. So, while out in these streets, what are you doing?
Are there, like, translators here?
There are, depending on who you decide to approach to. There are various individuals that kind of practice within translation and understanding old magic. Various individuals, but trying to find those of that particular interest are far and few in between.
Ah. Okay, well, I guess I'll just keep looking or keep listening around for anybody talking about other ancient liches, somebody who's wanted to turn recently, somebody disgruntled.
Alright, make me another investigation check.
Okay, investigation check. Alright, in the name of the goddess, go! Damn, a 6.
Your investigations lead you to a few bars and another round within the Barker's Alley. Nothing in particular can pop up. As you're trying to kind of glean anything within the city, there is a very limited amount of information out in the open. After a while, you kind of just become slightly lost.
Oy.
Yeah.
Oh, damn, I'm lost. All right, can I get to a high place so I can at least maybe see like where the airships are?
Sure. Make me some acrobatics checks, because no immediate access to upper floors, especially as a citizen.
Okay. 10.
You are having a bad day.
There's not a lot of handholds in this section.
Yeah, as you try and find a back alley, you try and grasp onto some of these buildings before your fingers just give out, because they are surrounded with sand, and there is no way to immediately grip them properly as you would in a much more colder but yet more understood environment like Wallenstein. As you try and get to one of the tops of the buildings, you just hit sand pocket and start falling. I need you to make an acrobatics or athletics check.
Alright, I'm gonna try again. Acrobatics. 19.
19. Alright. So you are taking 8 points of bludgeoning damage, halved, as you fall flat on your ass.
At least I practice falling from high places.
Poor Dante.
He's gonna rub his butt about it. He's like, Alright, well, guess I'm gonna have to re-navigate around this place.
Alright. With the few failed checks and your tail between your legs, you try and head back deep within the city. Alright. Citra, Leodon, and Aura. I'm sorry, Dante.
It's okay. There's just sand fucking everywhere.
Listen,
Alright.
if it makes you feel better, my investigation is awful.
Alright.
Sorry.
As all of you make your way into what looks like to be this small private quarters, what looks like to be this massive sunroof that you can now begin to look out into the sky as it kind of leads to almost like a chevroned top.
Mm-hmm.
The entire room is filled with what looks like to be several artifacts, scrolls. What is this massive table in the center that kind of extends from somewhere between 30 feet in total. It's just where a lot of people would congregate if given the chance. And what is a massive map of Acelcium. Before reaching towards the other side and all of you kind of just following along. You see as he finally takes seat and removes the headpiece. Much apologies for the procession of things.
No need to apologize. I'm sorry for the kind of rude introduction. I really wasn't trying to cause any harm.
As you are aware, child, there are certain histories that needs to be known and respected. But you are one of my own.
It's nice to meet you. Finally.
It is the same.
And, if it helps, I actually did speak to her and Erithus before coming here. I was just seeking her direction. That's all.
She is a particular kind of goddess, appearing only when needed. Many years ago, when your father was born, she had left back to the heavens. I was left to raise a son, one whom I would have assumed to be a great leader within this nation. He had different plans.
Different plans?
30 years ago, I had sent him on a mission in search for the old records of Amun-Ra. He came back with someone he had fallen in love with.
I'm assuming you mean my mother.
In a short time, they would marry. And in another short time, they would give birth to child. You. My duties to this church have always remained precedent. My duties to this nation remain precedent. I could not deal in family matters. And by doing that, your father had grown apart.
Gotcha. Okay. That would explain why I wasn't aware of you. Sorry, dogs.
It's fine.
That's the schnauzer part. Sorry. Does she feel any kind of animosity towards her? Because she is aware of, like, when the laws have shifted, and this was pre that, I'm assuming.
Make an insight check.
Okay. Okay. This app is really hating me today. I don't think it rolled for you, did it?
No, I don't see it.
Oh, yeah. I apologize.
Oh, there it is.
Oh.
10.
Wow,
I'm going to
okay.
take your passive on this one, because you do have passive insight. As far as you are aware from the way he speaks, it is with officiality. He talks in a very literal sense.
Okay.
And he doesn't waste his time preening about things. Animosity is not within these words. Given the heritage and given the time, one could imagine he is apathetic towards whoever it is that you, or what you are, and he's apathetic towards what your mother is.
Okay.
He is more concerned about his son.
Gotcha. Well, if it makes you feel any better, he's been fine this whole time. As far as I know, he's still working with the Vizier. Alongside my mother.
And yet not a Vizier himself.
Was he supposed to be one?
He could have been more.
Right. I feel like that's probably a discussion for the two of you to have more than me. I mean, I could... If I see him, I could tell him I spoke to you.
I'd imagine he would not like that. We are not on speaking terms.
That's awful. I am sorry. Well, for the matter at hand in front of you, and I'm sorry this is so sudden, but we're here on behalf of the EHS. And we are searching for something, and my grandmother, Erithis, has been leading me in this direction. She had stated that someone with impure intentions would eventually approach me, but she's not aware of who it might be or where. Just that it was in Acelcium, but Acelcium is a rather large place. So I was hoping to see if she can direct me in a better direction rather than having to bother anybody up in the big building. And she means the Sultanate area, so... Sorry, dogs are trying to play behind me.
If I may be bold, my child.
Hmm?
What is it that you are looking for?
We're looking for a person by the name of Saviden.
We are aware of such a creature.
Well, her words was that we were supposed to bring him to justice. She feels like if she speaks more so on the lines of whatever Erithis had said rather than, this is a black file, that would work out better.
Yeah. So you believe that this target is Saviden?
I mean, she had just spoken to me about it, and then our higher-ups pretty much just handed us this name and pretty much fit everything she explained to me, minus the name. So I would say it's a pretty good lead.
Very well. Perhaps I and the Sun Sand Templars can assist.
And she looked to Leo, like, what do you think? Connor, you muted.
I know!
Oh no!
Oh no!
Into the mower dimension.
What was the question?
So he basically said that he and the Templars would be able to try and help and locate this person. How do you feel on that?
Leo, again, still trusting this person. Apparently, would nod. Any help at all would be appreciated. We're most thankful for this boon.
And given that I'm very aware of a lot of eyes would be on me and trying to keep this as low-key as possible without causing any trouble.
There are things that even the Sultanate does not know of. This Saviden you speak of will clearly not reach the proper ears. We have hunted a Saviden for many a decade,
always eluding us, always escaping our grasp to bring him to justice. He's a dangerous figure. He is played in the arts of the dead, which are forbidden within Acelcium. So, if our interests are in fact aligned, perhaps we might be able to provide you with the proper assistance you desperately need.
I would greatly appreciate that. Thank you. I'm just sorry our meeting was on such a weird business-like setting.
It does bring me joy to actually be some part of this family. I hope you understand.
I do. And she'd actually smile a little bit more rather than just the nervous that she's been portraying this entire time.
You can see out of the very hard face that it's a very old elf. It's just like cracking the smile for the first time.
And please, I will have one of my Templars bring you as much information about Sabine as possible.
Thank you. Odd question, but seeing as we're going to be here for a bit and it is getting pretty dark, do you know of a place that would be a nice place to stay for the time being?
We will provide succor and respite here.
You're sure? I don't want to be a burden.
You see as he slowly stands and with the large staff that he carries along with him, using it as support. He pats your shoulder very lightly, kindly.
Consider it a gift.
Thank you. Grandfather. She's like, right. This is going to be interesting.
As such, as the conversation comes to a quick close, Dante.
Yeah.
You're still lost in this city.
Oy.
He's riding motorcycles through the city town.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got advanced technology here.
Yeah. Sorry, I just watched Men in Black 3 and that's all the image was in my head.
It's all good.
Alright. Should I make another check to get through the city?
Make an investigation check, yes.
Oh,
You got it, honey, sweetness. Investigation. Alright, so honey, don't let me down. Woo! 23.
Okay.
There we go.
There it is.
As you begin to try and traverse through the city, and there are several eyes now on you, just kind of, it's getting late, it's getting cold. And as you finally get back to a main street, as you reach Barker's Alley, you see that there is a small group of individuals who are now drunkenly making their way over towards you.
Oh.
And you can see as one of the human men, as he's all like, "Hold on, mate. Look at you, you're so pretty."
Oh, that's right. You're still appearing as the maid.
Yeah.
Perhaps proper night with a proper captain might provide a warming effect in these bitter nights.
A captain? A captain of what exactly?
I am captain of the airship. Known as a Star Racer. As it glides throughout the sky during the night, mate. And I think
Perhaps you would like to join me on our little excursion throughout the night of drinking.
As you see one of the other guys is like, "Oh, come on, Cap, you're too drunk. You'll never get it up throughout the night anyways." And he's like, "Ah, shut your face."
So what do you say, lass? Looking for a good time?
Oh, you're funny. You're so funny. Dante running, his fist behind him. But he gets an idea.
Oh no. Oh, no. Oh god.
Don't worry, it's not illegal. Oh, I would love to hear more about your little excursion over... Well, if you're up to it. I don't know if you are, though. Dinner, perhaps?
I was thinking a little bit more than dinner, mate.
Oh, believe me, we'll get to that.
As he kind of walks in close and he kind of wraps an arm around you.
Shall we?
We shall, darling.
Alright.
Oh my
As you are taken off to Vizport, I need you to make a perception check.
Perception check. How's a 7 looking?
Oh my lord.
Shit.
You are noticing that there are a bunch of people walking around. You can see that the night is getting late. A lot of drunk people, a lot of assholes kind of coming out now. And at this point, this guy's just kind of poking at the sides of, like, trying to question you is where you're from and what do you know? And have you seen an airship? Like, a bunch of dumb, drunken questions.
Well, I would obviously lie.
Make a deception check with advantage because he is drunk.
And you're disguised as someone entirely.
Yeah, deception with advantage. Ah, fucker! 10.
Wow.
Twice in a row.
Twice. How do you get 2 10s?
I don't fucking know. Literally rolled 2 3s with the modifiers of 7.
Oh, you're lucky he rolled with disadvantage. As you're kind of lying your way through, what does this lie pertain?
Oh, I'm here. I travel here and there. Airship. While I'm looking at, I'm possibly gonna be looking at his later. And I want to say where I'm originally from. That's something he's gonna have to find out later. Quit. Wink diddy wink whack.
All right. As you make your way to Vizport, several of these crewmates, as they lead you up onto what is this beautiful white wood and dark steel airship.
Ooh.
With what looks like to be on the side the Star Razor, which is what looks like to be one streaking shooting star, and the words as they kind of come across it. As you get up to the top, you begin to notice there's something odd about the air here. And I need you to make me an athletics or an acrobatics check.
Alright, we're gonna do acrobatics, because I'm proficient in it. Alright, so honey, the moon shines down on me. Woo! A 15.
As you do, you feel a heavy shove towards what looks like to be this opening within the airship. As you do, you manage to just barely catch yourself as several swords are drawn, and you can feel what is the captain having pushed you down there with what looks like to be several other individuals down below, as they are scared for their lives. And you can see what has been a act all along is a sly airship captain trading in people.
Oh my lord.
Ah.
Time to scare him.
That is where we're going to go ahead and end tonight's episode.
Oh no.
Oh.
We leave you alone for 5 minutes.
You get lost in this city.
Damn, I was looking for an advantage here, and I fucking fell for it.
I'm just gonna say, for the record, I wanted us to stay together.
Yeah.
You're right, Leah.
Aren't I usually?
So, with that, is where we're gonna go ahead and end tonight's episode. Woo!
Ah, damn it.
Dante getting caught up in some trouble. Alrighty. So, that being said, how do you guys feel today? A little bit more lax, but definitely on the interesting end.
Just a little
yeah.
nervous, that's all.
We met the Pope.
That's her grandfather.
The Pope of Erithus.
The Pope of Air.
All right. So, with that being said, we're going to go ahead and tonight, and we're going to go ahead and start jumping into some quick announcements. I don't really have much to announce. I've been, I guess one of the big things is I've been streaming a lot more over on Twitch, and I had some fun playing some Overwatch, which I plan to do again relatively soon. If you guys are interested in checking that out, I try and announce everything on my Twitter end to make sure everyone knows what's going on. I've also been posting my play of the games because I like being a very, very filthy boy as Junkrat. Become the filth. I also plan on doing a live stream of Yakuza 0 as I finally have it installed and looking forward to beginning the Yakuza journey, if you will.
Yes.
Very, very, very long series. And who knows, I might be joined with a friend or two.
Who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows?
Who knows? All right, and that's pretty much it for me. I don't have any other major announcements, so going across the table as we usually do. Blue, how you now?
Doing pretty good. Unfortunately, I don't really have much going on. Just now with the episodes out, I'm going to start posting more of the art that I had to be quiet about for so long.
Yeah.
So other than that, not much else. So I'm going to toss it over to Connor.
Hey, a Distortion Devil. I'm playing Leodon, the Furball Granger. You can find me on Twitter, Twitch, and YouTube.com/Distortion Devil. I stream Tuesdays, Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, and I guess last but not least today, Jade, how you now?
Hey, Jade the Firefox, who plays Dante, your changeling rogue paladin. Currently still have commissions open. I still have I have a lot that I'm working on. If any of you are part of the Discord, you can see some of the art in the art drop if you have access to that. And I'm working on something really big right now.
Ooh.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you and Connor have already seen it.
Oh, that one, yes. Okay, I was like, wait, there's more?
Yeah, that one.
That one.
That one.
That one.
Yeah, other than that, I don't have anything else going on. Passing it off to bro. I did.
Well, you would if you were here.
Well, I guess for a good Daito announcement, the Bayonetta episode recently came out, which
That is
I
true.
was also in.
Oh, shit.
So yeah, go check that out. While Daito is recovering.
I hope he feels
Recovering.
better soon.
Give him views to make him feel better.
Because that's how that works.
It's up
God,
to
I
you
wish.
whether or not he dies.
No.
Again.
What is he, Tinkerbell?
Just gotta view his content really hard if you want to keep him alive.
God. All right. So that being said, I think that's everything.
I think
Yep,
so.
that's everything.
Maybe.
All right. Alrighty. Well then, thank you all so much for hanging out with us. Thank you all for watching. I know it's been a little slow since we've gotten back, but we're looking forward to what happens next. Stay safe out there. We love you. And as always, see you next Sunday.
Bye-bye.
Have a good night, everyone.
Sunday.
Oh, yeah.